Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, and welcome to another edition of Small Shop Organization, where we're going to be talking again about drawers. Now, drawers are a fairly modern invention in human history. If we go back to the days of hunter-gatherers, when you're gathering, once you've picked up two things, you pretty much hit your limit. That led to the need for the sack. You put your stuff in here and you can carry it around because hunter-gatherers move around a lot. Of course, when people got a little more settled down, they stayed in one place for more time, the sack was not quite so convenient because they're very hard to stack. That led to the invention of the box. You have a box, you can put your stuff in it, put it down, and everything is safe. Now this, of course, led to the stack of boxes. And the first problem that came up there was whatever you wanted was always in the bottom box. If only there was some way to get to the box at the bottom of the stack, which of course led to this clever invention, the drawer. Now the drawer was an amazing invention because what it does, it lets you take a small piece of floor space and stack it up. Of course, there is a problem because you need to be able to see into a drawer. So there's a limit to how high you can stack them, which makes these drawers over here seem kind of silly. But this is not really a drawer. It's actually a tray. And this is actually a tray filled with trays. Now, the technical term for a box that's in something else is called a till. But I used to keep all of these little small pieces of pipe in a can or a tub, and when I needed one the exact length, which I knew I had to dump them all out and sort them through. Now with this shallow drawer and these small tills or trays, I can sort through it and find what I need fairly quickly. When I moved into the lab, the first thing I did was build high shelves all the way around the entire room, just to get stuff off the floor so I could get better organized with my organizing. And as time went by, I started running out of space. There is just so much floor room and there is just so much wall space. And then I looked around and I thought, all this space underneath these shelves, there's a lot of places where it's just empty. And I needed some way to use that. And so I came up with these little undershelf trays, drawers, whatever you want to call them. Now the only requirement for an undershelf drawer is it's got to be a space you can actually reach, and it can't interfere with the other stuff you've got underneath the shelf. Now one of the advantages of this design is it tends to use up a lot of the scraps and cutoffs that I'm generating all the time in the lab. The drawer box is as simple as it gets. It's just butt joints, glue, and nails. Now the real advantage of this kind of bonehead drawer construction is that all the weight is carried by the drawer bottom. There's no stress whatsoever on the sides or the back here. All they do is just keep stuff from falling out the back of the drawer. So all I want to do is just get this back on here nice and straight. I'm going to cut the drawer guides with a stacked dado head cutter. And this is the Freud Chrome stacked dado head cutter, not to be confused with the Red Diablo. I bought this because my 25-year-old Red Diablo set needed to be sent off to be sharpened, and I didn't want to be stuck without one. And to tell you the truth, I can't find a lot of difference in the performance, even though this one is slightly cheaper. On the back of the label, they've got this handy little chart telling you all the dimensions for your outside, your inside blade, for all the different thicknesses, and don't pay any attention to any of this. The only way to ensure that you've got the right kind of cut is to set it up and then make a sample cut. Measure the cut. You're never going to get this right. Installing everything is more a matter of making it fit than measuring. I get the guides where I want to start, make sure the first one is square, get the second one square and pretty close to where I want it to be, and then use pieces of poster board as shims. I want a nice snug fit like that, and then when I pull them out, it fits the way I like. Now once I'm happy with that, I drill pilot holes and countersink them so I won't have screw heads snagging stuff on the shelf. And then we just go all the way down the shelf, installing the rest of the tray drawers. The drawer faces are just a piece of plywood that's pulled from the scrap bin, just like all the other parts. Well, this is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. I thank you for sitting through this video on reclaiming wasted or lost space in the shop. Really would appreciate it if you comment. Any questions are welcome on anything we do here, which is lighting and furniture repair, as well as living with the conditions of a small shop. So, again, thank you for watching. Would really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Thank you again.